call will be dealt with as soon as possible.
I'm just waiting to speak to someone.
We are sorry to keep you waiting. Your call will be handled shortly. Thank you for holding. Your call will be dealt with as soon as possible. Thank you for holding. Your call will be dealt with as soon as possible.
This could take a while, so bear with me.
Thank you for holding. Your call will be dealt with as soon as possible. We are sorry to keep you waiting. Your call will be handled shortly.
I would just like to say that Councillor Stephen Holt has blocked me on Facebook when I shared a photo of him looking. Well, I'm not going to be rude. I'm trying to get the balance right here. But he's not answering the phone to me. Yeah. So he's been ordained. He's got time to be silly.
Good morning, it's Carol. How can I help? So good afternoon now.
Hello there.
Hi.
Could I please speak to Katie Dawkins, who is Robert Haigh, Robert Haig's manageress? She's from the Department for Housing Needs and Standards Led.
Right, I don't know if I'll be able to get hold of her, but what's your name and your postcode, please?
Right, yeah, my name is Bryony McCarthy. The postcode for the address of my room too, it's BN22 8AU. Right, well, this is very serious because this woman did not want to speak to me. She refused to speak to me, and Katie Dawkins.
Right, okay.
Because I have this is really extremely serious. I am currently funding I've been funding a hotel room for 3 months now for my personal safety. I have had a whole year of being attacked. I've had my bedroom window smashed, assault, battery, vandalism, everything. I've got enough evidence for a criminal court case against Eastbourne Borough Council. In the meantime, I put the CFO officially on notice, and this is the 151 officer who is personally responsible for my failings. And I have a witness who can provide an affidavit of truth. The housing officer is John Bartlett for Charles Lucas Property Management. I've recorded neighbours complaining. There have been complaints to the council. This is so serious. I've had other crimes committed against me by public servants, including the police, who've just targeted me because I am extremely vulnerable. Now, I have got a copy of my sorry. Just give me a second, sorry. My licensing agreement, which is signed, and I'm not consenting for any of my possessions to be touched in room 2. Obviously, they need to do what they need to do as specified in the contract. They need to do inspection and whatever. Fair enough, but I'm not consenting for my possessions to be touched. And I've put this in the notice to the CFO. My mental health has been I had 3 sleepless nights in a row. And I've been extremely suicidal as a result of I had my issues before all of this. And they know that I'm extremely vulnerable. I've recorded BHT call handlers, everything. It's just been horrendous. I cannot begin to tell you. I'm shaking as I'm speaking to you. I've got recorded an interview. I won't say the names of the individuals, but where I was offered a 1-bedroom flat back in May. Now, I must tell you that I live streamed an attack on me on the 26th of September. During that attack, it's not in the live stream, but I left a voice message for Councillor Stephen Holt, who has failed to stop and correct. I got the witness to speak to Stephen Holt on my phone in Tesco's. Now, I would also like to add that Stephen Holt and Katie Dawkins have very quickly blocked me from their Facebook profiles, and Stephen Holt has he did well. I could be wrong about this, but he isn't answering the phone to me. But I've kept a text message from him, and it's the same old lies. I mean, I've had it all. I've had bed bugs crawling on me. I've had fraudulent Section 184s. There's been a lot of fraud, and I went to Eastbourne Police Desk on the 7th of October. I sat down and spoke to a PCSO, and I said that I would be returning with a cancer patient, a passerby and visitor to the Riverbourne house, who have also been affected by the crimes committed in the property where my possessions are. And whilst I was speaking to the individual behind the desk. One of them went away and returned with two of the police constables, and I got them to admit that they were on their oaths, who committed crimes against me during a welfare check-up on Beachy Head October last year. And I also want to sue the Herald for libel. I'm in that process as well, for publishing my personal details and the address of the room where I live, the room where I've had my bedroom window smashed, and putting my health and safety, a vulnerable woman who is on severe disability, at risk. I have been failed by call handlers, 101 call handlers at Eastbourne Borough Council, which is why I am going to ask for your name just for reference, please, after I've finished what I'm saying. Because this really has very nearly finished me off. I was put through 24 hours of kidnap and torture with no official, legal or fraudulent documentation by PC Soper and PC Broadway on the 7th of October. I had a demented Magistrates Custody Suite Manager, R. Helmsley, threatened me with prison. I am a law-abiding citizen who has never committed a crime in their life. I've been blowing the whistle for a long time now about my personal experiences with adult social care and supported accommodation. Ever since I moved to Eastbourne in 2006, I've complained and I've never been supported, and this is what it's come to. So yes, Katie Dawkins, Robert Haigh, the housing officer, all are complicit in these failings and these crimes against my civil liberties and human rights and my right to be safe in my own home. This is a shared council accommodation. So yes, I'm basically passing on the message, please, to all said individuals: John Bartlett of Charles Lucas Property Management, Katie Dawkins, and even Caroline Ansell MP. I've got evidence of emails where she's perjured herself. Days leading up to my beating on Beachy Head, and I was stripped naked in the police cell. So the Herald paper have lied. Oh, I could be here forever talking about this, but basic, yeah.
I can pass the message on because Katie Dawkins is in a meeting, so I can pass the message on for you if you tell me what you'd like me to put.
Yes, thank you. Well, if you could just say that Bryony McCarthy, I'm aware she's blocked me on Facebook. Councillor Stephen Holt, if you could say that me and this witness spoke to Councillor Stephen Holt and he wasn't interested. He's failed to stop and correct. If you could pass that on, and that I am funding a hotel. Well, she blocked me from her Facebook page. I very simply said on her.
Who did?
Sorry, I did. I commented on her Facebook page, and I. Sorry. Katie Dawkins. She is the manageress of the housing officer for the property that I was placed in. But the new housing officer is John Bartlett. He's taken over from Robert Haigh. But Katie Dawkins never wanted to speak to me, according to a call handler at Eastbourne Borough Council, who eventually hung up on me. I don't know. I've recorded a lot of people at Eastbourne Borough Council. I can't keep up with it. but basically, I put a message on her Facebook wall saying that I am funding a hotel. I've been funding this hotel that I'm in for 3 months now for my personal safety. I don't even feel safe walking back into the property. I'm that crippled by anxiety.
Okay. So if you just want, I'm going to pass the message on that you just want someone to contact you.
Yes, please. Yes. If thank you. If you could pass this on to Katie Dawkins, please.
And I'll pass it on to Katie. She's in a meeting at the moment, but I'll email her and ask her to contact you. If you want to discuss issues with her, yeah?
Yes, but John Bartlett is the new housing officer who took over from Robert Haigh. I don't know how it works. But Charles Lucas Property Management have failed me and the neighbours who've complained. I'm trying to get legal help for what has happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will contact her and ask her to contact you because you've got several things you want to speak to her about. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll do that now.
Thank you very much. Do you mind if I just take your name for reference, please?
Oh, sure. It's Carol.
Carol, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
That's Eastbourne Borough Council. Oh, I'm shaking. I still haven't had an awful lot of sleep. I had 3 sleepless nights in a row. I was very suicidal and crying for personal reasons, but it's all part and parcel of the same. Just going to try one more time. I'll let you know in a minute. I'm shaking. It's not much to ask for to feel safe in your own home, especially when you suffer with mental health.
Sorry, but the person you've called is not available. Please leave your message after the tone. After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options, please press 1.
Stephen Holt, yes. I'm aware that you blocked me, which was a little bit silly, really, because it's not very mature, is it? I mean, I have a lot of messages for you. You have failed to stop and correct. And you might want to see my YouTube video. You really might want to just grow up a little bit, because there are a lot of people seeing this, and you're behaving as much like a child as these others are. That photograph of you, messing around with your friends with something in your mouth, you've got time to do that. That lady that you spoke to on this phone has got, I'm sorry, she might see this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. Juliet, she's had cancer, and she was attacked by a random drunk in the street for trying to help me. I've still got the text message you sent me. A lot of people are going to see all of this. And I'm saying to you, Stephen, and Katie Dawkins, Robert Haigh's, who she too has blocked me. She didn't want to speak to me. She's Robert Haigh's manageress. And for the whole year that I was attacked at that property, where your face was on a leaflet, you do realise that I live streamed the attack on YouTube. I live streamed it, and I left a voice message for you. your cabinet for community, your cabinet for community head of housing, which means you took over from Alan Shuttleworth. I spoke out at the EPA. We all know that you're all in the know. And this is going to really hit you very hard because you are complicit in these failings. You need to learn about what your role is under common law. Okay? You really do. It's very, very serious. And I'm saying this to you. I've got enough evidence for a criminal court case against the council for what they've done. I do not consent for anyone to touch my possessions, and you're not even to take any instructions from Darren, because Darren Stewart Webb is not Bryony of the bloodline McCarthy. I'm speaking to you as a living woman. I'm not Darren. I'm not anyone else. And I do not consent for anyone to touch my possessions. So if anyone has touched my possessions, there's already a lot of trouble already. And I've got this woman to support me now. And Darren had better not have done anything underhand or said anything disparaging that would lead to this. Because you do realise that it's up to 5 years in prison for coercive control by a partner, whether it's a caring role or not. And I've had a hangable offence under Nuremberg trials committed against me and others. Up to 25 years each malfeasance of office for those constables, right? Under common law of the land. I've got your text message and I'm going to let it be seen, okay? Right. Just make sure you get this message.
To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To continue recording your message, press 3. If you're happy with your message, press 4. To start message sent. Goodbye.
And just to prove that Stephen Holt got that, just to prove that Councillor Stephen Holt got that message, here's his name, so that you can see it for yourself. Under Councillor Stephen Holt. Councillor Stephen Holt, do you see? Councillor Stephen Holt. Press options, view, and there's his number. And you can find his phone number on the website. Just go Google his Google Councillor Stephen Holt of Eastbourne, his address and his phone number's there. So he's got this message. There we are. So, Stephen Holt, you might not want to speak to me, but if anything has happened at that property, the address I'm not going to say on here, I've got my contract, my licensing agreement, and if anyone so much as touches my things, any of my possessions, including the things that I put in the cupboard with the bike chain around, my possessions, my property, at room 2 in that shared council accommodation, because I am going to sue the Herald as well.